Welcome to Access All Areas, and this week we have a very special guest, our new signing, Tomos Williams. Woo! Tomos, I'm saying that for all of our fans that aren't Welsh speakers. I'm saying that properly, am I? Tomos?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's, I was coached by my Welsh boss in the commercial department. He's very proud of me for that. Welcome to Gloucester. First time on the sofa, won't be a last. We just had a wander around, and you've impressed everybody already. You've made some new friends by making 8 coffees on the bounce. 8 extract coffees on the bounce, thank you. That's it. Are we allowed to do that? I don't know, I've already done it, so hey. Yeah, welcome to Access All Areas. I needed to brief you before. I used to play, don't play anymore, so this is how I try and make a living. How do you feel? How do you feel about the upcoming season, moving across?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I was speaking before when we were making a decision about Gloucester. I think it was a really easy decision in the end, and no, I'm looking forward to coming up now and getting into it.
How does that, so if you take us back, obviously it's probably been a big secret for a long time then before the club announced it. How does that sort of look from start, for fans who maybe don't know, how does that look from start to finish with you being current international, playing in Wales? Obviously we know about the state of Welsh rugby currently, the club rugby especially, but you decide to leave, you looking elsewhere, how does that sort of process for the fans to learn what that looks like?
No, I think from as long as I can remember, professional rugby, I wanted to experience a different environment, different country, and speaking to my agent Liz, lucky enough I was able to get the opportunity, yeah, and yeah, just looking around and yeah, decided on Gloucester in the end.
And what did you give Gats more than 20 minutes warning like Zam did, or did you speak to him before and say, by the way, I'm going to leave? How does that look like? Do you have to ask permission to go, or do you just have to say?
No, I'm a bit further down the pecking order than Zam.
So you just text him just as the squad's being announced, saying, by the way, I'm off to a different sport/country.
Yeah, I don't think Gats got my number, so.
I think Gats watches, he's a big fan.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Massive fan. And what does, I think we went through this with Gareth, you owe the fans an apology before you even started, don't you? For winding the clock back 6 or 7 years, you broke a lot of hearts in Bilbao. Do you feel some pressure having to win them back over from that moment?
Yeah, I'm not going to apologise for anything. Yeah.
It's actually annoying me seeing Ellis Jenkins he's done his retirement video recently, and they just keep showing that picture of him lifting the trophy, which still hurts a little bit.
No, obviously it was a fun day in the end.
Not for everyone.
First half, we were really poor. Yeah, I can't really remember too much about the game.
I remember the 2 knock-ons in the lead up to your try, but apart from that, I don't remember.
I think that was me.
Yeah, I don't remember much about the game either.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've been a massive signing for us. Looking to, what sort of things are you looking for, especially playing with Gareth arriving next year as well? What sort of things would the Gloucester fans be looking to see from you and from the pair of you played together a lot? What should we be expecting?
Well, I think everyone knows how good the Gloucester fans are and the shed. Yeah, I think they deserve to be entertained. Hopefully, me and Chicken can entertain them. We'll try our best.
Is there any animal nicknames for yourself? Trioki boy, I did my research. The zebras.
Zebra.
Look at that.
You can bring our in if you want.
We can see if it catches on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what does life outside? So say Tomos, when he leaves rugby, what does that look like for you at the moment? What sort of things do you do outside rugby to either switch off?
Outside of rugby, yeah, we touched on my coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Been practicing my coffee art for a couple of years now.
Yeah, well, you can tell extract coffee will help that a lot. See, I did that twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. Do you do that a bit? Have you got a decent machine at home?
I've got a decent machine in the house, yeah.
Yeah?
Not as good as this one, obviously. I haven't got enough.
He's learning quickly, I like it. And what sort of things do you do to chill out? What about spare time, Tomos?
I walk a dog.
Yeah?
Got a nice little cockapoo. He's
Same.
Have you?
Yeah, cockapoo.
Oh, nice.
Next year in Cheltenham, we'll do a couple of walks, will we? Yeah.
Any parks around?
I won't bring the microphones. I speak normally when we're off mic, don't worry.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's boy or girl?
Little girl, yeah.
Nice,
The set was 7 or 8, so.
I got a boy.
Yeah, we'll keep them apart.
Yeah.
I know what you Welshies are like. Yeah. Might not be able to leave that in. We'll have to see. Might have to get edited out. Oh, if there's a small gap in the exchange, it's because I've made an inappropriate joke. Yeah, so I'll show you a few walks through. I know there's a few boys. Ed, so also have to apologise for my look today. I've been out on a business meeting.
No, I think you look pretty smart.
I'm not usually this formal. Yeah, Freddie Clark's up at Campton Hill, 5:30 in the morning. It doesn't like Skivs to know about that, but yeah, there's plenty of opportunities to get you out.
Looking forward to it.
Get you out with the boys.
Yeah.
And do you know anybody else apart from Chicken?
Obviously, Chicken's followed me. Maxi.
You can go with. Yeah. Max would have been with you last year.
Yeah, looking forward to linking up with Max.
Spoken to Max about the sort of the area, the club and stuff before.
Yeah, he gave me a quick text when it was announced. Yeah, he seems to be really enjoying it. The rugby and the.
He's settled in well to all aspects of life. I think he's really settled himself into the group.
Yeah.
There's a real nice bond of a new sort of generation of youngsters coming through. So he's leading the charge there.
Okay.
Gareth touched on the fact that I think you've both played here once before. What was it 5, 6 years ago?
I think it was a bit longer now.
Did you have a run out? European quarter-final here. What would have been your lasting memories of like sort of your one experience at Gloucester then?
I can't remember too much, but I remember obviously the crowd being very loud. I think I got a come on. I think I was on the bench. Come on, got charged down twice in a row. So that was
positive memories.
Yeah. So the crowd were on my back then. Yeah, from a home point of view, and away really, it's brilliant to have a crowd that vocal and that atmosphere. I think everyone wants to play in atmospheres like that. Yeah.
Looking forward to what do you think you'll make of the transition from the URC to the Premiership? Are you a big rugby fan? Do you watch a lot outside of playing as well, or you tend to put your feet up and chill? Just there is a different style, isn't there? There's a different sort of feeling to the league, I'd say.
Yeah, like I touched on before, but hopefully entertain the crowd a little bit. Yeah, it seems like the Premiership maybe is a bit more entertaining at the moment.
Big scores, defence coaches getting worried, aren't they?
Yeah.
40 odd 30 on every
not
weekend.
Good for defence, but some good games to watch, isn't there?
You are looking forward to the change in style then as a player, a new challenge, I guess?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting up here, getting to meet the boys.
Cracking on.
Yeah, looking forward to my time at Gloucester, yeah.
Tomos, amazing guest. I know the fans are really looking forward to seeing you. I'm looking forward to seeing you on scoring some of those inside breaks that we've seen so much in the last few years. So pleasure to have you on, and thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, you've just seen his highlight reel. Our new superstar signing, my old mate, Christian Wade. Woo! 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 10 years I've not seen this man. Well, we've played again. I've missed tackles on you, but I haven't seen you properly in a long time.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the country.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. I'm really excited to be here. To be honest, it's been a long time. I think I haven't been living in the UK for 6 years.
What's it? Yeah, let's talk through that. So that's been Wasps, obviously. Oh, sad. Obviously, well, yeah. What was your thoughts on that? You know, when you've gone America, you see the stuff with what's happening. Obviously, that was your home for a long time.
Yeah, it was. It was tough to see, to be honest. You know, obviously, while I was there, I'm not sure if you was there at the time when Steve Hayes was, you know, selling a club, and we kind of went through turbulent times back then. This was like
Dorsey's made that try-saving tackle to save the club.
Yeah, exactly. 2012, 13.
Yeah.
Sort of time. So it was like, you know, turbulent time for a couple of years until Derek Richardson came in and, you know, really started to, you know, stabilise the ship. And that's when the big move to Coventry came. And, you know, things were looking really well, or really good, sorry. And, yeah, you know, we got to 2018. For me personally, I, you know, was looking at trying to make a change and, you know, wanted to kind of set my sights a bit higher in terms of what I could achieve on a personal level. And so I left. My last game was actually against Gloucester, actually, in October 2018 at the Rico.
Yeah.
And
I think there was a big scoreline for one of the teams and not a big scoreline for us, wasn't there? I remember it.
I actually can't remember.
Did you get a hat-trick?
No, I can't remember, to be honest.
Sure, I think you scored.
No, I actually can't remember.
You did, yeah. You've been very humble.
Nah, no, seriously, I actually can't remember. But yeah, I left. You know, kept a keen eye on Wasp. I think they got to the final that year.
Yeah.
And
not a bad backline, that was it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it wasn't too. You know, it's pretty decent. But yeah, so like we was talking about with with Wasp going under into administration. I actually just come back, signed for Racing, and then maybe a few months after that is when the whole situation happened. So yeah, it's really sad, you know, because Wasp for me is like one of those clubs that's been in the Premiership at the top level for a long time, just like a Gloucester or a Leicester.
Yeah.
You know, it's really quite sad. So.
Also, that was you as well, innit? Like, being the local boy, there wasn't many who've stayed. You, Simo, Sam Jones. There's a group, wasn't there, that sort of...
Yeah, definitely. We had,
Elliot.
Elliot, Dan Robson kind of became part of that when he came through. There was, Joe Launchbury. There's definitely a core of us that have been there since academy, you know. We used to call Elliot Briefcase. He's coming in 17 years old.
17 years old, playing first team, yeah.
Exactly.
I kept thinking all week at that stage, like, I'll probably get a bench spot here, and then Elliot would rock up on a Friday, wouldn't he, do team run with his briefcase.
Literally, he's got in his...
Aki be 24th man again, all right. So then you went there, over to Buffalo.
Yep. So left 2018, went to... Obviously announced my retirement from rugby in October 2018. Then because it was a time where I didn't really know what I was going to do, I wanted to go over to the NFL, but wasn't sure how the whole thing would work out and stuff. So I just reached out to NFL UK and saw if there was an opportunity for me to get onto the IPP. And that's when I began doing my own personal training with my own trainers and stuff for the next few months before the program started in January 2019.
But it's brave because the thing is, you were at the top of the try scoring charts. You were still, 27 at that point?
27 exactly.
Yeah, so you must have thought at that stage to go and do that, and did you think, I know everyone's been calling for years for you to get back in and get a chance with England. Did you think that was well and truly done then? Had you waved goodbye to that in your head?
Yeah, for sure. And from 2015, it was from when I got my first kind of taste of England rugby was when Stuart took us to South Africa in 2012.
Yeah.
It was like one of the biggest tours, I think.
2012, how old were you going there?
21, bro, yeah. So it was like one of our biggest tours, I believe. I think it was like a 50-man squad, 45-man squad or something like that. And basically, it was like a sack.
I don't think it was that big, because I didn't go. It mustn't have been that big, the squad, yeah. So we basically took everybody English who was available. Anyone who was available at the time with a promising career went on that tour. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, basically it was like two squads, like a Saxons and a first team. But at that period, it was like, toying with like a few youngsters, plus some of the old heads, plus like some of the guys have been around. So yeah, I was in.
Yeah. It was. It's awkward.
I was in a good position, I guess, at the time.
You're flying. Yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky to go on a tour, and was involved in like 2 midweek games. But yeah, the following year made my debut in Argentina. Then obviously, everyone knows the story. Like the following week, I was suiting up to play my second Test match, but then got the call to go to the Lions. I went on the Lions tour, which was obviously 2013. Pinnacle.
Was that you, Bill, Brad, all flying across from Argentina?
Yeah,
was it?
literally.
Yeah.
So I think Billy went first, and then I went.
Yeah.
So it was like Billy 1 week, then the week later like me, and then a week later Brad.
It's amazing.
Or
yeah.
did Brad go before me?
And the boys, I know for a fact the boys loved you arriving. You just added something to the. Did you know many of them when you went on that tour?
I knew Simon Zebo. Obviously, I knew the England boys.
Yeah.
Obviously, knew of the Irish boys and some of the Scottish boys, but yeah, it was mainly the English boys I knew and Zeebs.
It wouldn't have. I know what you're like. It wouldn't have phased you, would it, arriving there? Just think this is another another opportunity to do something cool.
Well, to be honest, it was for me it was like it was a big surprise. Obviously, getting the call up, especially on like I'm preparing for. I just played my first Test match the Saturday before, and then the Saturday morning of the second Test match that I'm gonna play in my career, I get a knock at the door, and Stuart's like, I'm like, is everything all right? I thought I was in trouble because I was like, Stuart doesn't come to the players' rooms. Yeah. I'm sharing with Mike Brown. He said, can I come in? He comes in and tells me the news. And I'm just like...
He's going, the Lions need a back 3 player to go over, and Brownie's already stood up ready to go, is he? And he's like, no, Brownie, sit down.
Nah,
Wade's 16 years old, get him on the plane.
Nah, he literally came in, was just like, they want you to come and join up with the team because they're... at the time, George North was struggling with like a hamstring, so he wasn't. They needed some extra cover. So I had a package come through, which basically was like you had to fill out all these details for the Lions and stuff. But I didn't really know what that meant. I thought maybe everyone got that, but obviously, clearly that was basically.
I didn't
like
get. I don't think that was everyone. Not sure that was everyone.
I think it was like the wider squad of like guys who were basically in the mix.
Yeah.
And remember, that was the first time they announced on TV. Like live.
Still one of my favourite things, that, by the way.
Mate, that was sick, wasn't it?
They still do it now. I think it's for like a sport where everything now is like quickly into Daily Mail have got that the day before England squads come out and all that. This we sat around last year and watched it in there for the boys getting announced. It's cool. It's one of the last real like natural things about the game.
It's like watching the draft, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the closest thing you get to sat around on TV waiting to see if your mate's name's going to get announced. So you were over there. So you were. Let's fast forward to the NFL, because I think a lot of our fans, obviously, they've now got a big affiliation to. There's a lot of Chiefs fans suddenly emerged from Gloucester and Wales
with the red.
So Azam obviously has made his name by signing for there, but. You were like one of the first people. We talked about Shaggy going over as well some of the time, but like you were one of the first people to go over and try it. How was it received over there? The English boy coming over. We saw obviously everyone saw your viral clip in the pre-season game.
Oh yeah. Nah, I mean, we got to look at it like this. Like rugby is obviously a international sport that's played all around the world, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still like a drop in the sporting industry. So going over there, for any player, it could be Owen Farrell, it could be Sia Khaleesi. Nobody cares.
So we'd be the same over there. Is that all right?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm going. I'm going. It would do a lot for my ego. Yeah.
It's like nobody really cares. They can respect the fact that you play sport and whatever, but they want to see what you can do on the football field. So even when I was like working out, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's kind of like rugby. It's like, this isn't rugby.
Yeah.
Stop talking about rugby. You know, this
Prove
is football.
yourself daily.
Yeah. If you play in the high school or college, like the whole country knows you. Especially if you played high school and college and then got to the NFL.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows you. It's just the way it is. And some guys who didn't even go to the NFL will be known as like a, national superstar if they balled out on the college stage.
Yeah.
Because the college game is bigger than the NFL anyway. So yeah, it's not just the fact that we came, or guys like us who come from Europe try and play a sport that's, America's game, but it's the fact that our contracts are, 2 or 3 years or whatever it is, but really it's a day-by-day contract.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, cool, you guys are all competing for, the big contracts. It just goes hand in hand, really.
And then back to France. It's like
Yep.
over to Racing, where we've seen obviously scoring tries for fun. How'd you find it? Firstly, just brief history of your time in France, and then how it's sort of landed that you're going to be wearing cherry and white.
So I tore my shoulder in the NFL, and it was quite a long road back. I didn't have any intentions of coming back to rugby. I really wanted to go to America and play in the NFL, and kind of get my roots kind of over there. Obviously, I'm married to a New Yorker. Dominican.
The poor girl, she has travelled everywhere around.
Yeah, she's following me everywhere,
She's been here, there, and everywhere, hasn't she?
Yeah, no, she's been absolutely like rock, supporting me in my career, and luckily her job allows her to work from anywhere as well. So that's been like a huge blessing. But I floated my CV, just looking at what other opportunities would be out there in rugby. But having gone from rugby to the NFL, I knew what sort of environment I wanted to be in. Yeah. So, I was very careful to kind of choose, the teams that I would like to go to and teams I probably wouldn't like to go to. And obviously I did a couple of visits and stuff as well. And the opportunity to go to Racing came up, which it's like a dream club to go to, with the facilities they have,
a man of your sort of natural talent getting the outside backs they've got there.
Yeah. So, and obviously I knew Finn Russell was over there as well. Zebo was there at the time. It's one of those things where I was like, I've got to take this opportunity. Yeah. So, and I've always wanted to go and play in France from young age, but usually because of the England stuff, you kind of think about it, but then you're like,
there's a hole to stay in.
Yeah. So when that opportunity came up, I was like, let's look at it. So we flew over, me and my wife. They gave us a tour for a week. Saw they were playing sevens on the weekend. I was like, I wouldn't mind playing sevens.
I used to do a bit of this.
Yeah. But bearing in mind, I've just come off being injured or being out from being in a team environment for 9 months. And I was just gone straight in to play sevens, no fitness or anything. And I ended up playing 4 games and 10 minutes of all 4 games. And I was just like, this is not too bad, mate.
I think I'll probably stay. If that's what coming out of retirement in rugby is, I think I'll probably stay in retirement. So what, you retired 5 years later, you came out of retirement, is that right?
Yeah.
So I'll be 30. I'm just thinking about maybe I should come back out of retirement at 38, go straight to Racing. Is that what we do?
Mate, do it, mate.
Mate, and then from there, signed the deal.
Yeah, so from there, signed the deal, didn't even go back home. They were like, no, you have to stay. I was like, I've got a whole house. I've got a whole house in Buffalo.
Someone's got to pack this up.
Yeah. So ended up having to, stayed, went to London, saw my family there for a bit. My missus went back to America, I stayed. And then, the rest is history, man. Did 1 year, was involved in quite a few matches, but, selection over there is a bit different to what I'm used to. It's kind of however the coach feels. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So no, I know what you mean. Yeah. No.
Yeah. So we
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So yeah, we you know, the selection was, you know, let's call it. Well, let's just
Up and down.
Yeah, it is
Up
what
and
it
down.
is. And then, but we had a successful season. We didn't do so well in Europe. We got knocked out by Leinster, obviously a hell of a team, you know, coached by Stuart Lancaster. And then we got to the semi-finals in the top 14 and lost to Toulouse, which was unfortunate. But you know, pretty good.
Amazing time.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing time. What an opportunity, a place to live. You two.
Paris, mate.
Yeah.
Does it get
City of love.
Exactly.
That's what you
City
said
of
to her.
love.
That was the sell, wasn't it? Come from New York to Paris. It's all right, that, isn't it?
Yeah, Fashion Week, you know.
Hey,
babe,
and then
let's do
like New York, Paris, Gloucester. Hey, what about that? That's what you want, isn't
That's what
it?
you say.
That's what everyone's saying. Like, babe,
Wait.
New York 1 week, Paris next, Gloucester the final. Yeah, final destination, Gloucester.
A lot of people were asking me about Gloucester. Like, I was like, what's Gloucester like? What's Gloucester like? And I was like, nah, it's cool. Obviously, I haven't spent a lot of time down here.
Yeah.
But the time I have been down here, I mean, I like it, man.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, being down here, we definitely have to get some stuff going to put Gloucester on the map.
As a player as well, like you're the type who's always responded well to that sort of stuff. You know, when you start to hear the shared and like they get on top, you start to try and get on top of some people, and then you're the type who would have relished that, wouldn't you, when you're playing against
100%,
it? Yeah.
bro. I love this shit, mate. I've always loved this shit.
Yeah. Just bring it, let it go,
Yeah.
and now you're going to play in Cherry and White in front of the shed. I know they're happy to see you come in, and it's going to be an exciting year for you.
It's gonna be it's gonna be an exciting year for sure. You know, we've got the new turf out there. I remember coming here, scoring a few tries.
What's that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. To be honest, I always used to like coming to Gloucester because of the shed and just the whole atmosphere and stuff. It was like, you know, I basically wanted to come here so I can just
Score.
smash everybody.
So you used to like coming here because you used to score tries.
Nah, literally, like my highlight reel, you know, Gloucester.
I feature heavily on it. Okay.
I don't know
good.
if
I know
you,
you're
it
saying,
might not be. It's not just you.
When
I
you
wouldn't say it's just you, but
when you're breaking tackles against certain people, I get it. Okay.
Yeah. So,
oh, mate. We are happy to have you. I'm happy to see you because we spent some happy days in the academy together at Wasps.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are going to be happy to see you back in the area, and I know the fans are buzzing. Really happy to have you and the family here, mate. It's a pleasure for me to welcome you. So this is the first chance the fans get to see you. Any message directly into one of the cameras for the Gloucester faithful, the Cherry and White faithful?
There's a lot of
Which
cameras.
camera? This camera?
Yeah. This one here?
Go on.
No, I'm really excited to be here. Looking forward to this season. You know, we've got a great team. I've been watching the boys from afar. I can't wait to link up with the boys and, you know, set the stadium alight, mate.
Yes.
That's what we're about.
That's what we want to hear. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, that was a special episode. My old mate, Christian Wade. Thank you, Wadey. Cheers, bud.
Lovely, jubbly, mate.